Welcome to the new video, guys. And what I'm sitting in at the moment is the current Mazda MX-30. Yes, there has come a new model of this car, which is a plug-in hybrid using a Wankel engine, which is pretty exciting. But this is the ordinary full electric Mazda MX-30. It's the only full electric car in the Mazda family, and with what it is being as SUV, as electric SUV, it feels like if Mazda really was pushed to do an electric car and they didn't want to, because in terms of design this is really interesting car, but as an electric car, you know, it's not the greatest, and some people who are actually interested in electric cars maybe would not spend their money on it in terms of technology, because this car only has a 35.5 kilowatt-hour battery, which gives you a full range on full charge of 200 kilometers. In practicality, or in real world, this is 170 kilometers in this case on full charge, which is really not a lot of kilometers. But then again, the advantages of this are that this car is, for an electric car, reasonably heavy. It only weighs 1720 kilograms. So therefore, it doesn't need somewhat really powerful electric engine. It only has 145 horsepower and 270 Newton meters. That allows the car to go 0 to 100 kilometers in 9.7 seconds and has a top speed of a very reasonable 140 kilometers per hour. Of course, you're not gonna go very long, this 140 kilometers per hour, because then the range is really going down. So yeah, but then it is a Mazda, so there is what you expect from a Mazda. There is a really beautifully built and beautifully designed interior. I particularly like that there is a normal home-sized 230 volt socket down here, where is also a really huge space for putting some things. Then what I also like is this little screen with which you set up the air conditioning. It is also a touch screen, so you can do it by touch, or on its sides you have buttons to either set the fan speed or the temperature in the cabin. So I find it really nice to have both options. And then what I love is this knob in the center console, with which you navigate through the infotainment in front of you. That is a really great feature, which not many manufacturers nowadays have, and even BMW has gone away from it in the BMW X1 and some of these smaller models, which is really a shame. But Mazda have it. They have it even with the most standard car, the Mazda 2, and this is a really great feature which I always love when I'm sitting in a Mazda. So yeah, it is a really nice car to drive. You definitely feel that it is a Mazda, because the steering is very nicely weighted, very precise. It's really beautiful. You have this quite big but very thin steering wheel, very sporty feeling. You have these aluminum buttons on it. It just looks like luxury, honestly. So yeah, I really love it. The sitting position, yeah, of course it's a crossover, so you're sitting a little bit too high, but it is reasonably good. It is reasonably good. You have good view outside. The only view where you don't have really good view is like diagonal view, because you have the huge C-pillar and the really small windows there, like in an airplane, so you really cannot see very well when you're, for example, connecting to a junction. Yeah, and then in the interior there are used some of these materials, like the cork, like from the wine bottle, which feels environmental, and it is quite interesting actually. So yeah, that's what I find pretty nice in this car. In terms of space and practicality, that's the thing. Maybe this car is not the greatest, because really you have rear seats, you have some comfort in there, you even have ISOFIX anchor points, you have central armrest there, But the thing is, there is really not enough space. If I try to sit behind myself, it is really a problem for me, as I'm quite a tall guy. The boot is decently sized though, around 370 liters, which is decent. But there are of course both cables for home charging and public charging, so they take up some space. So yeah, so what this car actually feels like to me is more of a stylish addition to your Mazda family. So let's say you have MX-5, you have Mazda 6 for longer journeys, and you want something for the city for every day that you don't have to fill up. And that's the Mazda, because this car has really been designed for the city. The range of 170 kilometers is really more than enough for everyday driving around the city. And they decided they don't want to give you any more range because they just find it useless to give you more range, and they probably find electric cars useless as well. That's because they are not making them in such a large amount like other manufacturers. Because of course Mazda is trying to save the combustion engine. Both the petrol and the diesel, they are the only one of the maybe non-premium, let's say, because their prices are still not very premium, although the cars feel like that. They are one of the very few manufacturers that came with a brand new 6-cylinder diesel engine in the Mazda CX-60. So that's actually pretty exciting for me. So yeah, Mazda, you know, they are a very diligent company. Their cars feel they've been done very responsibly, and yeah, that's what the driving experience feels like. And also the quietness of the car. It is very well isolated from the roads. The road noise, the wind noise, really very well done. You have this Bose system with a subwoofer in the luggage compartment, which gives you really great sound. And I also like that they haven't gone full digital with the display in front of me. There is a small display with the speedometer is digital, but then I have analog dial for the battery, and also analog dial for the the battery temperature, which I find really rather nice. You also, of course, being electric car, have recuperation that or the battery management that you can navigate through with the paddles on the steering wheel. You have basically 4 modes of going down or going stronger with the recuperation, and the 4th mode is actually pretty effective. It's like if you were braking with your foot, so that is a great thing. Yeah, and all around it is quite a lovely car. The only thing is that if you are able to live with the thing that it only has 170 kilometers of range. I've also tried this range, and I'm living in Bratislava, so I went from Bratislava to Vienna to the airport, Švecha, and back, and I came back with 47% of battery remaining. So that's how the range is. Yeah, but if you have 41,000 euros, which this car costs lying around, and you just want to buy as an addition an electric car, the Mazda MX-30 is definitely a good thing to do. So yeah, that would be about it to this little electric car, and I'll see you guys in the very next video. Goodbye.